Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm again trying this from a little bit different computer, same internet connection. Maybe this will go a little bit quicker, and this will be a very short video, and I'm going to include a couple of links for you to go through and investigate some of these things and look at the reporting, and even another video that you can watch. It's very long, it's over an hour, but for employees alike, I suppose this is well worth your time to watch. Reporting, and I'm going to read again, as I usually do, from some articles here, but reporting from the Jackson Lewis, love their website, absolutely love their website. Any employers should look them up and keep an eye on what they report. Their immigration blog. And employers, this is extremely important. This is not, again, anything political, and I will not have political discussions here on Facebook, but this is important information to know. The director of ICE, Thomas Homan, in a speech at the Heritage Foundation, reported on what the intentions of activities are, especially coming up over the next several months and couple of years of this administration that we're in now. In fact, ICE has already increased a number of inspections and on-worksite operations as far as employers and employees that they've hired go. Further increase in significant activities are planned for their next fiscal year, which we're entering into. Again, and I'm actually reading from this article here by Maggie Murphy, was published on October 23rd, and here on the Jackson Lewis blog. And again, I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can go. I'll include a link. And she's written a real great, it's very short. The article itself is very short, easy to look at and read through. And she does include a link to, in fact, the speech that is pretty important information. Now, again, ICE is also making a commitment to not only prosecute employers, and I think many employers, my impression is, because I don't know facts and from one workplace to another, but we go to and work with a lot of different places. I think employers have come to think that maybe this whole ICE and DHS showing up are kind of like legends of yore, so to speak. Things that, they happened once, but it doesn't really happen anymore. It does, and it's going to happen a lot more. This is a real big issue now, and the current administration is going to be making sure that a lot of attention is paid to this. But they'll be prosecuting employers who hire illegal workers, but also detaining and removing those illegal workers. Many states are bringing this up to the forefront, who are proclaiming themselves to be sanctuary states. California, Illinois, there are quite a few that have legislation now that proclaim themselves to be sanctuary states. Again, I'm not going to get into the politics of that, but we have federal law on the books that provides very stiff penalties to employers when you knowingly hire undocumented workers. And I'll make one more notation here. She actually touches on this very, very lightly. Employers, your Form I-9s that indicate the ID, and you take the ID from people to ensure that they are indeed legal and authorized to work for you here in the U.S. There are fines for paperwork violations on those if you get audited, and they're almost doubled than they were just last year. Paperwork violations that start as for just one simple little, and this is per individual, per piece of paper. One simple little paperwork area can cost you $216. That same piece of paper can cost you up to $2,156. Now take that times the number of employees you have, and this is paperwork for that Form I-9. This doesn't necessarily have any bearing as to whether or not that employee is legal to work or illegal to work. if your paperwork isn't in line, you can get fined for paperwork errors on these things. Take that, up to $2,156 per employee per piece of paper. Boy, if you're not on top of those Form I-9s, that could really hurt a small employer. You've got, take that times 20, 30, 40, 50 people or more. If you're not really understanding and not following directions for just that one thing, the simple little Form I-9, which every employer has to do with a new hire. Pay attention to these things. Again, I'm not going to go any longer here. I'm already, again, a little over 5 minutes, and to me that's an insanely long time to be sitting here talking, but I'll include links to this article as well as to that speech. It's a long one, but it's really well worth your time to watch. I will talk with you all next week at some point, I'm sure. It's Friday, so have a wonderful Friday afternoon and a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.